The first pillar in the well-architected framework is operational excellence. So this is the ability to run and monitor systems to deliver business value and to continuously improve supporting processes and procedures. So what are the design principles of operational excellence? The first one is to perform operations as code. That means using infrastructure as code. So in AWS, that is going to be, for example, AWS CloudFormation. Also, make sure to make frequent, small, and reversible changes so that in case of any failure, you can reverse it. If you start making huge changes every 3 months, things are not going to go well. Also, refine operations procedures frequently and ensure that all your team members are familiar with these new operations procedures. Anticipate failure, but in case you have failure, you need to learn from all these failures. So failing is learning, and of course, if you don't take the feedback from your failures, then you're not getting any better. Finally, use managed services to reduce operational burden and implement observability for actionable insights that includes performance, reliability, and cost. So now I like to just transcribe it in terms of AWS services. And the first one is going to be prepare. So prepare is going to be how do we basically prepare everything to have operational excellence. So you should use runbooks, you should have good infrastructure standards, you should do run deployments and like mock deployments. And for this, we could use AWS CloudFormation, basically to prepare everything as a nice infrastructure as code. And then config would be really nice as well to be using. We haven't seen config in depth in this course, but config could be used to evaluate the compliance of your CloudFormation templates. Then operate, you need to operate and basically automate as much as you can. You should release fast. You should avoid manual processes. So again, CloudFormation would be a great tool for this. Config as well. CloudTrail to make sure to track all the API calls that are done and make sure nothing is done on purpose or nothing is changed manually. CloudWatch to basically monitor the performance over time of your stack and make sure that if you need to operate it, you know what operations to do. And finally, Xray. It's not something we've seen in depth in this course, but Xray will be able to trace API calls, to trace HTTP requests, and to make sure that they're working correctly. And if they're not working correctly, it will point us to where the incorrect stuff happened. Finally, you need to evolve your infrastructure over time. So how do we do this? Well, again, CloudFormation, as you understand, CloudFormation is a centerpiece of this whole operational excellence pillar. But also you need to be able to evolve over time. So all the CI/CD tools, basically code build, code commit, code deploy, code pipeline, allow you to basically iterate quickly, deploy often, deploy small changes, and all these things will contribute to operational excellence. Now remember, just going into the exam, you don't need to understand and remember any of that. I'm just trying to educate you to all the AWS services and how they can help with this operational excellence pillar. This is just educative, okay? Have a read through the pillar, by the way, on the white paper if you want to, but here I'm just trying to give you a small rundown. You don't need to remember all these services, and there's not this service correspond exactly to that operational pillar or whatever, but it's just to give you ideas of how all these services can be used as a synergy to basically drive operational excellence. All right, so that's it for this lecture. I will see you in the next one.